we want to talk about the black women losing jobs.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which is very, very important. And because we're coming up to these last two segments, I want to kind of get in there. How long is that clip? There was a clip, Andrew, and if it's, what you think, Bailey?
Let's do it.
Okay.
Because we need to cover the full.
Yeah, we need to cover
everybody
this
to get the full scope of this because it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Monthly government report comes out.
The overall unemployment rate is 4.3%. In the last year, it's barely moved. But take a look at what's happening with black women. Their unemployment rate has jumped to 6.7%. In tonight's Question Everything, why are black women losing jobs at such a high rate? WBZ's Courtney Cole shows us experts are blaming three factors.
Tell me when you were laid off. So formally as of April of this year.
Fajani Cadet's experience is all too familiar right now. A highly educated black professional who's now unemployed and worried about her future.
The anxiety of the uncertainty of what comes next.
Cadet was the director of diversity and inclusion for a global research and advisory firm. And that's one of the factors behind more than 300,000 black women leaving the workforce between February and April. Corporate America's retreat from DEI.
It's been really disheartening.
Abba Taylor is the president and CEO of YW Boston, an organization dedicated to creating more inclusive work environments.
Long-term career women in the federal government suddenly just being told they need to go for no reason.
She highlights a second factor, small businesses cutting back.
Small businesses are really being impacted by the tariff policies.
And the third factor, the layoffs in the federal government. There are more black women working for the federal government than in the private sector.
This is a 5-alarm fire.
That's why Representative Ayanna Pressley is using this letter to voice her concerns to Jerome Powell, the chair of the Federal Reserve Board of Governors.
What I'm calling on the Fed to do is to collect the data, to analyze the data, and to come up with a plan. 300,000 black women have been pushed out of the labor force in the public and private sector, and that is a crisis.
She wants a response from the Fed no later than September 30th.
Black women have always been an economic indicator. We have been the canaries in the coal mine. So it is advantageous, and economists will support this, for us to better understand exactly what is happening to black women and then do something about it.
YW Boston isn't waiting for the federal government to help.
Talk to me about the role that YW Boston plays in addressing challenges that black women are facing in the workplace.
We have a lot of programming coming up this fall to kind of focus specifically on women of color, black women and women of color, including another webinar in October that focuses on women of color in the workplace. And so what is the status? So it'll be a continuation of this conversation.
Taylor tells me they're also working on putting a leadership program.
So
that's from WBZ News. That's where that clip came from.
Mm-hmm.
So, Bailey, what's your thoughts on that?
Black women, 6.7% jobless rate.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually like 375,000 and some change black women that are out of work. Well, you're a double minority when you're a black woman.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Because you're a woman and you're black.
Yep.
And, and most of these people were laid off from where? The federal government.
Correct.
There were more black women working for the federal government than any other minority, anything.
And I think that they will be also the most affected when he says, don't even come black. Because, he's talking about he's going to take this time during the shutdown.
Yeah, to lay off.
Lay off, just let go.
Let go, yeah.
Let go.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that means lay off, let go. Right. It's all the same. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I mean, what are you going to do? I mean, supposedly it's not legal for him to do that. But right now, he's doing whatever he want to do anyway. He's doing whatever he want to do.
Take me to court that leans towards me because I put people on there.
That's right. That's right.
And that's a terrible situation, and knowing how important, in my opinion, which kind of goes against somebody's comment on YouTube, Black women are, just period, in the world, in society, and definitely in our community.
Now, these are, make no mistake about it, these are some of the most highly educated Black women in the United States.
Absolutely.
Running diversity and inclusion programs, which is a huge deal that a lot of these big companies and corporations are moving away from.
Absolutely.
Like Target.
You got to change the verbiage.
Yeah.
You got to, if some of these nonprofits and some of the other organizations, if you have certain words, there's certain words that will remove you from being able to get any federal funding.
They are searching your proposals, your plans, all of these things for certain buzzwords.
Absolutely.
Diversity, equity, and inclusion are three you don't want to have in there.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah, you put Black people, urban, you know what I mean?
Yes.
You just got to be, you got to be careful what you put in there, because they will make you, people are redoing their whole websites.
Yeah.
Just so they can still, and they're doing it because they want to still help our people.
Right.
But they just got to find another way around it.
Small businesses. Small businesses losing their whole, so that there's a lot of entrepreneurs, a lot of Black entrepreneurs that, they're losing their businesses because of one thing or another. Could be because of the tariffs or whatever. But people are losing, and Black women, especially after and during the pandemic, started numerous businesses. I know some of them. I know some of the Black African-American female entrepreneurs. Let's go to Al in Sherman Park. I'm going to come back to, I see you on hold, Nikki. I'm going to come back to you. Let's go to Al in Sherman Park, because Al wants to know, are these Black women skilled? Hi, Al. How are you?
Hi, Bailey. My question is, are they one-dimensional? That the DEI is the only career they could have? Did they think they can have a DEI career for 40 years?
Now, if you
they're not do anything else?
Now, Al, if you listen to the report and listen to what we were just saying, DEI isn't the only thing that they were. These people were working through many different areas of the federal government. Some of them had their own small businesses, things like that, or worked for small businesses. So it wasn't like diversity, inclusion, and those programs were the only thing, but that was a huge thing, right? That a lot of companies like Target and Hobby Lobby, these organizations were involved with and moved away from and started doing other things, got rid of those programs. There's literally hundreds of big businesses that have moved away from those programs, and when that happened, they fired all those people. But also, these people worked in different areas of the federal government. African American women had the highest percentage of people working in those areas, in that area.
Here's the thing, okay? So I'm probably at the end of working 40 years. But over those 40 years, I've done multiple things in different industries.
So is this a pick yourself up by your bootstraps and move on to the next gig? I mean, I understand that they're going to have to do that.
Yeah, over those 40 years, I've been fired from some jobs, but then I had to maneuver and take some skills and go sideways into others. I worked in insurance, I worked in the airline industry, worked in travel, healthcare, building maintenance.
And I guess the point with it all, Al, and for us talking about this is it's not like just a couple of people. It's like the highest percentage of anybody that is unemployed. It's almost 7%.
Over
7%.
Over 4 decades. Yeah, over 4 decades. I'm pretty sure 300,000 some people have lost other jobs and moved on to other industries and other roles.
I'm not saying that they can't, Al. I'm not saying. Al, go ahead.
Let me interject because we got to get ready to go to a break. But Al, what I want you to understand is you're talking about over 375,000 black women who have lost jobs. But now let's talk about the fact that what we're bringing up is anything that has to do with black. So now they're telling you, even like with colleges, you don't have to give black people privileges, even though they're intelligent enough to be able to do these things. So there are black women that are very, very qualified, but you have major corporate companies that are going to say, we don't have to hire you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Even though you're more qualified than the white person that we have in here or any other person we have in here, we don't have to hire you no more. So that's when we're talking about 40 years and they didn't get, no, they do. But if you got a ceiling that's been put on you to whereas now we don't have to abide by that, come on, let's go pay some bills. We'll be black. Yep.
You hot on the mic today, my brother.
I'm just looking at, again, keeping it real.
Hold on. Let me do the formalities. 117, the truth is truth in the morning. Bailey Coleman, Homer Blow, having a great morning this morning. Okay, Homer, go ahead. What was you saying?
It's acting like, just hearing that call, you act like they're not skilled or qualified to do anything else. They're overqualified, more qualified than a lot of the people that are getting these positions.
Yeah.
But we're talking about a country that is now being ran by somebody who hates women, in my opinion. It's my opinion, the orange man, really hates women.
It also speaks to the conversation that a lot of our parents have with us if you're growing up African American, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And we'll talk about that after we talk with Nikki. Nikki been on hold too long. Let me get Nikki. I'm sorry. Thanks for waiting. I know you've been on hold for a minute.
No problem at all. And good morning to both of you.
Good morning.
I was going to respond to the previous caller, but I'm not going to even waste my time with that.
Woo!
I just want to say, hearing this, being, of course, an African-American woman who's right now, I'm fortunate enough to still be employed.
Mm-hmm.
I know that with the numbers of, black women who are being laid off and let go, that could be me at any time.
Yeah.
Right.
And we've always been a very resilient group of individuals, right? If we were not, we would not have dominated the colleges like we have.
There you go.
I have a master's degree. My sister has a master's degree, and my sister-in-law has a doctorate. Majority of my friends are college educated, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
But one thing I wanted to say with this, as we decide to or look to pivot, right? I always think about the beauty industry. And you know how the beauty industry makes billions of dollars off of us. And could you imagine how we could stabilize ourselves if we decided to buy and sell from ourselves and recycle our own dollar? So yes, right now it does. It's scary. I have to say it's scary because I can live through other people's experiences, and I need to make sure that I'm prepared in the event, because I'm in for-profit right now, and I could lose my job tomorrow, right? Mm-hmm. So, I am kind of upset at the previous caller because, oftentimes, or too oftentimes, are we deemed to not be educated or qualified. And like you said, Homer, oftentimes we are overqualified, but we are also often overlooked.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So to have those jobs and those federal jobs, you better believe that they fought for those.
Yes.
And they probably were still never even being paid what they actually deserve, right? Mm-hmm. So I just trying to think about how do we strategize and kind of move with this, because I don't see it changing underneath the current administration.
Right.
There's a target on our back.
Yes.
Right? And who the target most is African. How you get to the black community is through the black woman. And that's just being honest.
Yep.
And this is how he's getting to the black community. So we have to stop, look at things and figure out how do we strategize to make sure that we don't sink underneath what's currently going on with us. So I just wanted to kind of add it to that. I'm losing my thought kind of because it's emotional and it is scary.
It is.
To know this, because think about all the single mother households and the women that make the money and how this is going to impact just us as a whole.
Yes.
It's scary.
Yeah, it's scary. It really is scary. Thanks for calling so much. Appreciate you so much. Brandon, you're on 101.7 The Truth in the Morning with Bailey and Homer. Your thoughts?
Hey, good morning. I have a few comments, and I hope it's not offensive. I would say welcome to the club. 7% unemployment. If truly, the number is something that the African-American male has been experiencing for decades, I would like to say that it is notable that the feminist and white-run organizations like Tempo, Greater Milwaukee, these organizations that African American women clamor to be a part of have gone silent on these kinds of issues. I believe too often our community, African American women, are far too concerned with being a woman and not a member of the African American community, and it's that approach that has allowed these kinds of things to happen. Black women are being used as the gasoline for the Democratic Party, and when they're used up, no one seems to be coming to their rescue. If you look at how they really hung out Kamala to dry, if you look at Stacey Abrams, if you look at a number of black women who are expected to carry the water for an entire political party, but are never quite at the table when determining their agenda, this is really all just chickens coming home to roost. Black men have been asking black women to fight with them for quite some time, and instead,
okay, I'm good. I'm good on that one. I mean.
I moved my mic so I can let you cook.
I want you to know that 97%, which I'm a part of the black women in this country voted for Kamala Harris. Nobody on this watch left anybody out. I don't know who the 3% are, but if they come around, I'm going to have a nice conversation with them. All right? But 97% of the voting black women in the United States of America voted for Kamala Harris. If we could have voted for Stacey Abrams over there in Atlanta, we would have voted for her. We did not leave anybody out. And that's why you see these black women working their jobs and not out protesting and doing this and doing that. Because you know what? We're truly the canary in the coal mine trying to tell everybody. You didn't want to listen when listening was good? Hey, you know what? You know how it goes. You ain't listen? Go ahead, do what you need to do then.
FAAFO.
That's right. Mess around and find out.
Mm-hmm.
That's what a lot of people did.
Mm-hmm.
We tried to tell you. That's why we didn't leave Kamala out there.
Mm-hmm.
We did not. I want you to know that. So when you see a black woman with a T-shirt on that says 97%, no, that's what they talking about. They ain't got to say nothing else. Because we all know. When we see each other, we like, hey, girl. 97%. Ain't nobody left nobody.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't nobody, the Democrats did not leave nobody. We did not leave nobody hanging. We went out and did our part.
And, just to add to that.
I'm sorry,
No. That's why
let me get off my
microphone. That's why I removed my microphone. And I'm like,
I can't.
Hey, listen, I was just turning the oven up. I'm like,
look,
okay, she
when people
we had 400 degrees.
When people call here with nonsense, I'm gonna let you speak your piece, and then I'm gonna let you know.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I'm just
gonna let you know. Don't
I was just over here with my cousin Sub, Club Sub. Shout out to Tori Lowe. The award-winning Tori Lowe show will be live at Cousin Sub today from 1 to 4 p.m. They're on 123rd and Burleigh. I'm going to stop by and see my brother.
I might have to roll through, too. I love me some
Tori. I wish
Tori.
I had one of these on my own. See, this belongs to the station because I would go out there with this. Like, hey! I'm the cousin sub of the day. I'm going to still say it when I get out there,
okay.
But I just wish I had this.
Okay.
but no, like, where we would be we talk about the things that, and I know I talk about it a lot, the things that are happening inside our community and inner city. If we didn't have some of the strong women that we have, it would be worse than that. Because a lot of men are not showing up where they need to be showing up to guide some of these youth to the right direction. So now we know some issues that sometimes it's, uneven plane that we're dealing with. But yeah, like, no, our sisters are so important. And this ain't the time to start saying, well, welcome to how we feel. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
Look,
like
for
black
real,
women.
when the black women ain't able to do what they have been doing to help us thus far, where do you really think? And if you've already saying that we as black men ain't got no jobs,
right?
Come on, bruh. Go and get your hobo bag and go on out there and find a spot up under the bridge.
That's it. That's it right there. I mean,
I'm good.
You know,
I know. Hey, I love you, Bailey. Great show.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you, Andrew.
We might have to pick this up tomorrow because your cousin and them,